What is going on? My name's Dan. I'm about to be getting into some Hank Williams Jr. I've never reacted to Hank Williams Jr. before. This song that I'm reacting to is A Country Boy Can Survive. This was his top suggested on an old video. Um, just someone else that I was looking to react to different country artists, and this was a recommended one. So we're gonna get into this. Don't know anything about it. Don't know what he sounds like. I don't know how old he is, when this is from. All I did see is before this has like 100 and something million views, so this better be good. But let's go.
The preacher man says it's the end of time, and the Mississippi River, she's a going dry. The interest is up and the stock market's down, and you're only getting mugged if you go downtown. I live back in the woods, you see, a woman and the kids and the dogs and me. Got a shotgun, a rifle, and a four-wheel drive.
I can already tell just in the first like almost a minute of this like music video here that it seems like he is one of those old style country artists that sings and writes songs about real shit, like the stuff that you would actually be living day to day if you were like living in the country style, or just even living in this country in general, but more obviously is going to be more geared towards country because that's what this is. But yeah, he's already, it seems like it's more of a topical song possibly, or maybe just about living like in a day to day or whatever time period this was made in. But frequently a lot of these points still, will just hold true for a long time. So it's, what they're saying, he's not even necessarily outdated. I don't know how old this song actually is. It looks like it's in an old aspect ratio, so it's got to be at least 10 or 15 years old, I would assume. But yeah, let's keep going.
And a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. I can plow a field all day long. I can catch catfish from dusk till dawn. Make our own whiskey and our own smoke too. Ain't too many things these old boys can't do. We grow good old tomatoes and homemade wine, and country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. Because you can't starve us out and you can't make us run. Those Woodland old boys raised on shotguns. We say grace, we say ma'am. If you ain't into that, we don't.
One big key I can tell between someone who's just like an industry plug or someone who actually sung about like real shit, you'll notice that nowadays country music, they don't mention guns at all. Like modern day country music never mentions guns. It's a big part of this culture, especially as the culture in the United States in general, and never mentioned. And I find that very interesting. And you notice like some of the, even the newer country artists that are like not mainstream, they're not like on the radio and stuff like that. It's like they still have these types of roots, and it'll include guns in their songs and culture and things like that. And I can tell right here with this song, and it might be, there's a little bit of a difference because it's older, but it doesn't feel, I don't know, like I always make fun of these songs where they're just like listing country stuff, but for some reason this one feels a bit different. It feels a little more sincere, and I think it's kind of like what it's about. It's not just someone just, it's about the country. Like this is a specific song about the country life, and considering it's older, this might be one of the, or I don't wouldn't say original. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But being this old, I feel like this was before just that cliche singing about like a dirt road and a truck and your dog and blah 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 was like a thing. I feel like this is more of a specific reason. Like he's saying not just listing country shit, but he's explaining how very self-sufficient and living on their own. And I'm guessing maybe referencing like the government or something else where you can't like knock down these people, like the country people, because they live on their own, they take care of themselves, they can survive. And he's kind of just going on about that, and that's completely different, I feel, than modern day music, where there's no real reason for any of the things that they're saying other than look at me, I'm country, I like these things. Like I feel, I don't know, you guys let me know what you think, but that's kind of what I'm getting out of this.
Give a damn. We came from the West Virginia coal mines and the Rocky Mountains and the western skies. And we can skin a buck, we can run a trot line, and a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. I had a good friend in New York City. He never called me by my name, just Hillbilly. My grandpa taught me how to live off the...
See, now I can tell this is a little bit older because no one really says hillbilly anymore. It's all just kind of grouped together as redneck now. Everything's redneck. I feel like that's the more common modern term. I think hillbilly was a little bit of like an older term. I haven't really heard anyone say that recently. I don't know. Let me know what you think on that one too, because redneck is a really common term, at least around me. Maybe it's different in different parts of the country. It's possible.
Land, and his taught him to be a businessman. He used to send me pictures of the Broadway nights, and I'd send him some homemade wine. But he was killed by a man with a switchblade knife. For $43, my friend lost his life.
That's an interesting story right there, right off the bat. But I wanna note that I wouldn't say there's anything bad with either of those, being like a businessman or being like a country guy. And one of my favorite types of people are the ones who are able to bridge that gap. Like the people who are legitimately like in touch with being able to do shit yourself, being able to work with your hands, being hands on and like really engaging with the world around you, but also being able to navigate like the digital and the business world. Like if you're able to encompass all of those are like my favorite types of people. I love watching things like people on YouTube who, you know, they do very country style stuff, and that's kind of like more of a lifestyle they live, even if they're a celebrity, because a lot of them like to live more private lives, except for when they're doing like the things that they are famous for. But when they're on their own time, they go back and they actually live that life. My issue is the people that pretend to live that life, but don't actually. They're just famous and kind of put on a show. Or, you know, other people who like talk down. Like, I think what he might be referencing is just someone from the city kind of talking down on country people too. Now, that's bad as well, but I don't think you should talk down either way. But because there's like benefits to both. Like, I mean, you can have a lot of power and control working in business and knowing how to use money correctly and having a strong network of people around you. Can basically, you can get through life doing whatever you want. But on the opposite end, living a hard country life, you have a lot of power because you're able to just completely sustain yourself. You don't have to rely on other people, and you're very in touch, and regardless of how things go haywire, you are able to survive that way. But that's what I'm saying is, if you have the best of both worlds, which is, I would assume, very difficult to do, uh, you're going to be almost unstoppable in my mind. That's just my opinion. But let me know what you think.
But he was killed by a man with a switchblade knife. For $43, my friend lost his life.
Yeah, don't live in the city. Stay out of the cities.
I'd love to spit some beach nut in that dude's eyes and shoot him with my old 45, cause a country boy can survive.
Relate.
Country
Can
folks
relate.
can survive. Cause you can't stop us out and you can't make us run, cause we're them old boys raised on shotgun. We say grace and we say ma'am, if you ain't into that, we don't give a damn. We're from North California and South Alabama and little towns all around this land. We can skin a buck and run a trot line, and a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. Country boy can survive. Country folks can survive.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that out of him. My dude's got some pipes on him too. My God. Is that it? That was just a black screen all the way to the end. All right. Yeah, dude, I love when country singers can like really throw their voice, because usually in their songs they don't really do that. But I love when they slip it in there every once in a while, where they'll just like belt out a part of the song, and I'm like, whoa, where'd that come from? And like, even though I come from like a rock and metal background and it's super heavy and aggressive, the thing is like, even if it's not extremely heavy music, when your song is softer a majority of the time, and then you just take it up a bunch of steps all of a sudden, or you really throw some power into one part, it feels like extra aggressive and really pushes your point a lot harder without you actually having to like do something insane. Like, an example I would have is like in a metal song, they usually have to go to the point of like crazy hard guitar and screaming to make, I would say, the same kind of point in a song that you would where he just kind of like really put more emphasis into his voice at that point. I'm not saying the power is the same, but the point they're making in the song where they're trying to establish that intensity in the song would be the same. Just on a equivalent, I'm trying to get technical here, but I don't know. Just so like you would have like your metal, which your intensity's up here, and your country here, but if you're both going along at the same rate, you both have to go up like this to hit that point. You both have to like raise it. But metal has to stay up here and go way higher than like country would in order to hit that same kind of like point, is what I'm getting. I don't know if that made sense to anyone. I could just be like spitting into the wind at this point. But if anyone did understand what I was saying, that's all I was trying to do. But let me know what you think of this. I really like this old style of country like this. I really like, the realness to this, the grit to it, and like there's just something about someone telling authentic messages and things that they genuinely care about. It just makes the music so much better, and it's hard to even explain, and it's hard to even really pick out what it is in detail that makes it so different, but you can just feel it in the song. I mean, like, I could go through the whole thing and kind of pick out a bunch of shit, but just like when I'm just like spitballing here, I'm just going off of the feel. Like, I can listen to this song even without watching the video. Like, you can tell that this is more of a real country song than whatever is on the radio today. And I'm sure most of you would agree with me. But Let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you give me more suggestions. If you like this video, hit the like button and please subscribe. I'm really getting excited to actually getting to 1,000 subscribers. I didn't think that would ever actually happen. I didn't think anyone would give two shits what I had to say or any of this, but you know, we all just like enjoying music together, especially when someone is checking it out something brand new like me. I know that's why I pretty much started doing all this. I liked watching reactors, listen to the music I listen to. And you know, over the last couple years, I dipped my toe into some country, and I figured this would be a good way to dive into some even better stuff because you guys are so knowledgeable of all the good music out there that has just like gone completely over my head or I've missed. But you know, thank you for all the suggestions so far. I look forward to the new ones you have for me. So I will see you guys on the next video. I hope you come back and check out more. But I appreciate you for watching this one. I'll see you around. Peace.